continue. This is what I'm going to do. And hello. Yes, excellent. Hello, Internet. I am the Iron Phoenix, and welcome to Stationeers. I was, just wanted to take a bit of a break from working on things. You'll see. You'll see. Right, yeah. So, Stationeers. What is it? Well, it's a game by Rocketworks, who Dean Hall is like one of the main sort of drives behind it. And it's basically the space survival game that he always wanted to make. So yeah, so you get ditched on. You can. I think there's a planet one. There's a sort of a space sort of start as well. And yeah, you build a space station or whatever, and you leave the planet and you survive. Basically. It's kind of like Space Engineers, if Space Engineers was made in Unity and just generally a little better in every way. So things like there's an awful lot of complexity in this. The art style is reasonably simplistic, and I'm quite thankful for that, because this computer, even in its current state, does drive my computer quite hard. But I need some coal. I also need there to be some light. Right, so what can I do in the dark? Well, I can open and close my airlock, so I can do that up until the point where my battery runs out. So the battery runs your life support systems. So I've currently got life support systems, but not a huge amount. Actually, I do need to get some copper. Oh, that doesn't actually need much. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of this. Right, the UI is a little bit strange. I don't think it's necessarily bad. It's just one of those sort of UIs that you need to get your hang on. It's sort of a bit of a handle on it. And for some reason that's not. Come on. I need to just trim some of this cable off. Yeah, it's just something that you need to just kind of get the hang of a little. So, just putting in some cables to go over here. And this is what I quite like about the game. It knows that you're going to. I'm going to say, pick that up. Interesting. Those cables don't seem to want to do anything. These ones do. It's fine. Right. So yeah. So you right click and it enters into a build mode. Mouse wheel is to kind of change different bits, and then using the home and delete those sort of 6 keys there is to change your angles. And then Q will just throw an object down, and then I can do interesting things like make batteries. I can now make batteries in the electronics printer. Lots of different printers to make different things, and I believe you can also do a bit of automation. I've seen some automation stuff with conveyor belts as well. So yeah, I just wanted to do a quick stream on this, because there's two games that I've got that I think are worth sort of looking at. I think I did say my computer is driven quite hard by this game. There's an awful lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. It's managing things like heat, and so when I have power, I don't have any power anymore. But when this room is sealed, it will actually heat up when the arc furnace is on. You can pressurize the rooms, you can build airlocks, you can build all kinds of little UI systems behind the scenes. Got a little battery charger here where I can charge my batteries up in. A power control thing here, so I can sort of almost charge this and then flip the master, and everything will then just run off the battery. there is basically an awful lot of stuff just going on behind the scenes, and of course the planets are all voxel based as well, so that's that's the thing too. Don't let the looks of this game sort of fool you. It's like Prison Architect. It looks reasonably simple on the outside, not so simple on the inside. That said, my computer is starting to get a little warm, and I do need to have a look at the performance. Yeah, so it's currently using 1.4 gig of RAM, which isn't actually that bad considering Minecraft will happily eat all of your RAM. But yeah, my fans are warming up and that sort of thing. Right, we've got portable air conditioners and stuff in there. I need the sun to rise, because then I can go out exploring and see if I can find some coal to get my base back up operational. I do have a solar panel, which of course doesn't work at night, but you can do little things like tilt it around, and actually something really nice you can do. So I've got my crowbar here, and if I just nip inside here, so you can basically just force close your airlock or force open it. I like that. You know, it's just a little bit of, you know, the developers know that at some point your base is going to run out of power, and you're going to need to be able to get out of it again. So you can, because you can just use your crowbar. You've got a nice large tool belt. It's reasonably generous with the stuff it gives you at start. You know, it gives you everything that you kind of need to basically set up a basic base and go. Which is good. You know, it's a good sort of system to go by. The idea that actually, oh yeah, and I've got a locker out here because so I can store things in there. I've got loads of slots to store things in there, but I actually put it in the wrong way around. So yes, that's fun. Right, okay, and there's lots of different tools you can do. So I need to go out and see if I can find some coal. I think the sun's sort of starting to rise. The big thing that you know, there are you can get tracker beacons now that you can put into your station. That's a new thing as of recently. Oh god, I've just fallen down a hole. If I hit J, I can then use my jetpack to get out. But my suit pressure is failing because I've just lacerated my suit. So I need to get duct tape. Oh yeah, and because my suit, oh yeah, here we go. Because my station is out of power, the lights have gone off. You know, it's just little things like that. Right. Okay, so that's now fixed my suit. So let's not fall down any deep holes ever again. It is a good game. It's just hit early access. I kind of see it as the game that Space Engineers wanted to be, but never quite got there because it got distracted constantly by shiny things. Is that coal? No, that's iron. That's also iron. Ah, sun is rising now, so I can actually see some things. Do need coal though. If I just basically head in this direction, I might be able to find something. Oh god, another hole. So yeah, as I've kind of been thinking about doing the survival guide, the Frost survival guide. So I've been doing some screen tests and stuff today on it. So I'm going to put up a power armor one first. So that's pretty much ready to go, and I'll just basically see what people think. You know, it's a quick sort of. It's not even. You know, it's the problem part has come because I'm using stream footage. There's about an hour of stream footage. that I've got to chop down into about, I don't know, 5 minutes ish. So that's going to be fun. What's also going to be fun is working out how I get back to my base. I've got coal now. I'm actually considering just restarting this because there's a load of new stuff that's been added. Let's do that. Let's just leave that session. Exit. It's fine. Let's do a new world. Let's do a new start on the moon. Create world. I don't know if there are sort of... I know there's things like motherships. So I'm not completely certain how all this sort of stuff works yet. I've only really been playing this for, I don't know, a couple of hours. The other one that I've been playing is They Are Billions, which is quite fun. Right, and also I get even more stuff this time, so I should get... Yeah, so there's construction consumable supplies, which is all stuff like there's a labeler, there's a tracking beacon in there, so there's some useful things in there. Construction supplies is all the stuff that we need to build our first base, so let's start with that. So there's a big hole there. Let's cover the hole. So by right clicking it kind of activates build mode, and then left clicking places a block, but they're frames, they're only iron frames at the moment. I will need to get some bits and pieces in order to allow me to build properly. So let's just do a swap with that, and let's also get our welding torch into there. Pressing O fires up the welding torch, and then you can just basically just weld on. Iron frames can then be walked on. Like the second stage of iron frame can then be walked on. The first stage cannot be walked on. And then we also want to get out a few more. Let's just put a few more of these down quickly. So we've got a just sort of a... I don't think there's anything else. No, there's nothing else we can do there. Let's put the airlock in there. We'll just put the we'll put a single door in as our airlock. This can be an interesting to sort of place sometimes. And I've got a coal deposit right next to it. Excellent. So I can set up a proper power system this time, now that I know a little bit more about it. This game is there's an awful lot of learning curve. You're going to screw up a few times because that's the game, basically. It explains things reasonably well, but oh god, no, pick up the torch. Right, so I want my door to go in there, and then these will be walls. Yeah. Right. Wall. Do that, and then rather nicely we can just do that. So this game actually does do compound blocks. It's something that Space Engineers has been sort of mentioning. It's one of those things that we've wanted to appear in Space Engineers for quite some time, and it's just never sort of got around to it. So we can actually just place So I want to put I'll put my power control there. So I don't need that one for now. I need a space to put this in. Well, I need the solid generator next anyway. So the solid generator runs off coal, and that just needs to be rotated so that, yeah, that should be alright. And then go into the tool belt. I can then just I want a cable junction, and it needs to be going that way around. So down here there'll be a solar panel outside or on the roof or something, and then this will go out to useful stuff. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to build. That will do, and that will do down here. And actually we need, hold on, if I go, yeah, if I do, I just need to trim this off. So instead of doing that, we need basically need a like a four-way. That's the one, because organic supplies. Right, so that needs a place to grab the crowbar, and then we can lever this open and put the battery in there. What else do we need to put up? We need to put up the solar panel, because that's just going to give us some a small amount of just energy, which he wants to go outside, really. I mean, I could put him there for now. Yeah, let's put him there for now. Okay. And I think I can put in a console. Power controllers. No, not in there. Is it in? It's probably in this one that's fallen over. You can move them around as well, like that. Construction kits, consoles. And if I, so we've got the data disk. I can't remember if that's the data line or the power line. Usually will tell you. Oh, circuit power, console power and data. Right. Oh, let's just get some, go into there, and then go into there, and then go into there, and then take that. That, and then E, and then that. Some of it is a little bit convoluted. Right, that should be fine, and then I can just stick that in a chest somewhere. Let's do that mining bone there. Right, Let's get some coal. That's iron. That's coal. Yeah. Oh no. Right. Let's get this system online. Vaguely. So coal goes in there, that goes in there. That then powers that. We turn the control on. Oh, that, yeah, that's actually wired into the wrong way. That needs to be going into the input, not the output. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I can do that. That's reasonably easy to fix. Then I can also do the cable junction there. And if I just do that, and then if I do that, I can move those over. Right, okay, so this should be a case of do that, and then one cable. Fine. Cable junction, and then we can just do that. There we go. Right, that's perfect. So do that. Oh right, and then we need to just get ourselves a circuit board. Circuit board airlock control. Oh, we need a charger as well. Put that up there. And I think we've got the airlock. I'll put the other door in just because. There we go. And then we can wire that into the power as well, which will come in through here. Now we've got power to our airlock, which will be nice. So basically what happens here, this is basically charging the battery, and then that battery will then supply everything else. Currently we don't have a roof, so theoretically the solar panel can charge the battery when the coal generator isn't running. Even when the coal generator isn't running, we can still open and close our airlock, as long as they are wired into the system. This is what basically separates this game from quite a lot of other sort of space survival games out there, in that everything just needs to be wired up. This is a game that's been inspired a lot by Minecraft. So the idea of if you want something to be powered, then you're going to have to run a line to power it. There's no sort of shortcuts. And I like that. I like the idea that, you know, if it's just a case of let's see if we've got the right circuit board. I don't think we do. No. Yeah, if it's just a case of if you need to run power, you have to do it yourself. That's fine. I like that. Right, you are meant to be able to interact with the console to allow you to do things, but I'm not completely certain how this all works yet. I'm going to have to do some experimentation, I think. With a lot of things, really. The game's already, they've done an update that's added all of this stuff. So I'm just going to leave my tracking beacon down as well. How does this work? Tracking beacon on. So now what happens if I walk over here? Do I get a ping or a... Ah, there we go. I needed to turn it on and then I can kind of see it, I guess. There doesn't seem to be any sort of compass or anything. I guess what you would do is you would get it up onto a hill nearby to your base and then drop it on the basis that you can then see it. Oh, and it actually needs a battery cell to run. Everything sort of needs something. I like that. It's a survival game. You know, it's actually quite a good survival game. So far, anyway. I mean, you know, early access, things are liable to change, etc, etc. But I've been following this for a little while ago, for a little while now, and they've already had to delay it once because the game just wasn't ready. And it's quite good, I think, when developers do that, when they know that maybe the game isn't to the standard that they want it to be. So there's nothing wrong with delaying a game until it's ready. No, back over here. Iron frames. Let's just get the rest of the floor down. Which I think is actually pretty much done. It's just this one that I need to put in now. And that one. You do need to have an empty hand in order to drag something. So I'm just going to pull this over here a bit. And then drop it. Just so that everything that I need is reasonably nearby. No, not the glass sheets, the iron sheets. Okay. I'm just gonna get all this up. I'm not sure if you can run cabling through frames. I haven't tried that bit yet, but sort of on my list of things to mess around with. For now, let's just get these walls up. Once you get used to the UI, actually it becomes an awful lot easier. I know a lot of people are complaining about the UI because they want something that's sort of drag and drop based, but actually it's not that bad. It's reasonably quick to get to things, so I've got no real issue with it at all. Stick that in there. I don't need that at the moment. I need the iron walls. Iron wall piece, yeah. And I can also get rid of this bit because it's all voxel based, so I can just always use the drill to get rid of that. But I've now got a small enclosure with an airlock that doesn't really work. It's, you know, if anything, this should technically be the airlock because that's where that other door is. I mean, I could potentially just move that door out. But there's not really much point because I've got nothing to really... I've got no pressurization yet. I've got to set all of that up. So I just wanted a little place to call my own for now. The sun is coming up, so I can get rid of these bits and pieces. Stick that in there, that in there. Pipe valve. Oh yeah, I think that goes into the vent. Must only connect to pipes. So I've got things like these portable air scrubber, so that I can make more oxygen. Portable air conditioner that's going to make the environment more pleasant to live in. A portable tank, which I should be able to use theoretically to pressurize my base. If I go into pipes, okay, where are those pipes? That's alright, they've been put onto the back. Not quite what I wanted, but maybe if I just put them along the floor for this test. Basically got this portable oxygen tank. I'm not completely certain how I rig that up into, or if even if I can. I mean, valve might do it. It's a bit weird because this does have oh, that is literally just venting the oxygen. There we go. So I could actually just build the room and then, yeah, I think that would probably do it. And then just vent the oxygen into that room. Why have I picked that up? Because I need this. 5. Actually quite a lot of coal in this area. Oh, I do wonder if they've increased the spawn rate, because I was playing before, the coal was quite rare and the solar panels are near useless. Right, so if I do iron wall, that'd be basically just filling this cube with walls, because this is what most modern games can actually do these days. Yep, that's done. I haven't got that many iron sheets actually. I do wonder if this room's a little bit bigger than the last one I did. Alright, so I'm going to need to get the arc furnace just down here. Nope, not down here. Over here. Yep, arc furnace. We need one of these. And we also need the auto lathe. Like that. And some iron. Which I threw some down over here. 5 should be alright for what I've got planned. So that goes in there, turn that on, and then we activate that. That now heats up the room. We can see it's sort of doing something because of those sorts of particles that it's generating. And then it tosses the stuff out the back. If we then throw this into the auto lathe, we can then flick between these. So we want the iron sheets, turn the auto lathe on, and then build. And then it's just going to build sheets, which I can then use to finish this. Hopefully. Hopefully I'll have enough. I won't. I need to get more. Now let's turn that off. Let's turn that off for a second. Get a bit more. Let's not fall down a hole. And there, yeah, so there's shuttles in the game, there's motherships, you can apparently go on away missions and that. There's quite a lot of detail in here. Which, yeah, I've got time. I've got to go out later, so I can't be on here all day. Plus, I've got that video to chop down. Oh, that's going to be fun. Right, so that is complete. So now, theoretically, if I did... that is theoretically now filling this room. or is it going straight out through the iron walls? Only one way to find out. There's no... pressure's not good. Oh, we can actually see the external pressure. The external pressure is actually rising. By opening that. Interesting. So really what you do want is, you know, this is a bit of an experimental room. You do want a proper airlock, just so that you can open the inside, walk out and do that. And then this will give you a little bit of oxygen so that you can walk around your base with. Without needing to use oxygen in your suit. That said though, the pressure is quite slow to increase. I'm not certain if that's going to have enough in it for a particularly large room. But theoretically now I can just, you know, the pressure is low, but it's not bad. No, theoretically that would give me a little bit more oxygen. But I've got other things to worry about as well. I've got my battery's getting low. And all sorts, so. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. I've got some other things to do today. But I'll be back tonight for some Fallout, I think. That's the plan anyway. Going to do some Fallout tonight. And or they are billions. I'll see. See how I feel. Might do they are billions instead, which is quite a nice little sort of zombie siege defense type game. RTS. It's in early access actually. It's in early access, and actually the game is pretty solid. It's hard, but it is pretty solid. But anyway, I'm going to end this video here, or this thing here. Got other things to do, so with that I'll say thank you very much for watching. If you are unsure about this product, I hope this has kind of made your mind up one way or the other. Yes, it is a Dean Hall game. Should that really bother you? Not really. There's a fair amount of effort that's gone into making this game. There's an awful lot of systems here now, and I do believe that in its current state, it rivals the complexity of something like Space Engineers quite easily, because it's got the sorts of things that Space Engineers either didn't have at the point of their release, or doesn't have now. I mean, you can't wire up systems in this sort of way. You can't run data cables and the like. So anyway, I'll end this video here. So with that, I'll say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.